how you doing? Welcome to Kempo for Beginners, Lesson 2. My name is Sensei Roger, and I got my student here, Paul. Today we're going to show you some outward blocks. So we're going to start with the horse stance again. Remember how we showed the bowing? Feet together, we bowed. We did that in the last lesson. So let's go back to the horse stance, hands up to the ribs. Pick up your, I'm almost doing an inward block. We're going to pick up your hand, come across like this, and bring it out. You're going to hit with this part of your arm on this side here of your thumb. This is your standard outward block. Here we go. Bring it around, underneath, and out. Other side, out. Good. Alright. Paul, can you turn towards me? So Paul's going to get a horse stance. Like I said before, this is not where we want to fight from. I'm not going to go, hey, leave me alone. But right now, I'm going to throw the punch, and he hits my arm with this. Like I said before, this is hidden nerves. So when you're practicing this stuff, you can hurt other people or yourself too. So remember I said that you could possibly hurt yourself. So you got to be careful on what you do. Be mindful of what you do. Alright, I'm going to throw the other one. The idea of this too, you want to cover your whole body. I might not need this full range of motion, but I want to practice that full range of motion. The reason for that is I do have that motion in my arsenal. So I don't want to just sit here and go, I can only do this. No, I have the full range. If you practice the full range, if you need a little bit, you already have that. If you need more space, you'll have that. So practice that full range. Now we're going to do an extended outward block. You're going to come out like this, then turn your hand like that. We're going to use this in the technique that we're going to do in this lesson. So bring it around and turn it out. Good. Before we go on farther, let's do a brief review of lesson 1. One of the things we did was the horse stance inward block. Other thing we did was block in, punch, then punch. Another thing we did was the front kick. Picked up the knee, kick it forward, bring it back. We did also a technique called Chinese sword, where you block it in and then chop. Okay, well let's go further. You see what I did there? I had my foot forward. This is an active fighting stance. So let's go into a fighting stance now. I'm going to take one foot back, the other one here. I'm going to bend my knees, so I'm like in a horse stance, but then I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to have my hand out in front of me. I don't want my hand to be here. Same goes with my block. So when I block, I don't want to block it this close to me. I want to block it out. This way, I stop the strike before it gets to me. If my hands are like this, it's going to be easier for someone to walk into you and just hit you. If it's here, they have to get past your block or your strike, wherever you have there. Alright, so I got a little pole here, the bow staff. We'll put it on the floor here. Now Paul, if you would put your right foot on one side and left foot on the other side. This is the thing we call in Kempo is heel to toe. So, fortunately the staff moves. But here we go, you got heel to toe. Reason for this is when we turn and when we throw a front kick or a punch, we're not twisting ourselves up and falling. We're going to be here and we're going to be lined up to throw a front kick. Alright, so there's your fighting stance here. Now we're going to go into the bow stance. The bow stance, you're going to pivot your hips, or pivot your foot here and turn your hips. You want to put your weight into this front leg here. If your foot is back this way, instead of being the heel toe here, but you're backwards, heel to toe here, you turn, you're going to start falling off balance. So you're going to be lined up here, pivot it, and bend that front knee. So, excuse me here, I'll move this out of the way. Now we're going to go to the fighting stance from this point, or this here. You see how this looks from this angle? From here. Now this stance is completely useless by itself. Same as fighting stance. If you don't do anything with it, what good is it? So we're going to show a reverse punch. The reverse punch is your basic karate punch that we did from the horse stance. But we're going to be from that fighting stance, turn your hip, turn your foot, then you throw your punch. If you throw the punch at the same time and you hit a target that's moving forward, it's going to push you off balance. So from here, turn, deliver that punch, bring it back. So we are here, turn, punch, bring it back. The Kempo Karate is known for our reverse punch. They work great. I love it when you go to like sparring or fight or a tournament and you can hit a reverse punch at will. So get in the fight stance here, please. So we're here. Say I can bring my hand up here. Your hand comes up. I turn. There's that reverse punch to the ribs. I can push your hand down. There's that reverse punch to the head. There's a couple ways of using that. So now we're going to move into the side kick. The side kick, we'll just take it from a neutral position for a moment. I want you to lift your knee up like you did the front kick. What you're going to do now, lift this other heel up. Turn the foot towards the direction that you're kicking. I don't want to come out like this and keep my foot the same direction. I want to pivot it. Now when I hit with the side kick, I'm hitting either A with the heel or B with the knife edge, the bottom of the knife edge. Just like that. So from here, the side kick. Alright, lift up your knee paw. Now from here, see how his foot's back here? Coming back down. Bring your knee straight up like this. Keep your foot underneath it. Down like this. And then put it side here. See, I love it because with working with Paul here, he's showing some of the common mistakes that people do. They go like this a lot of times. It's real hard to do. You want your foot to be straight up like this. Like you're going to step onto a platform, just like you did the front kick. And see how that worked out better when you did that? And then when you do this, we're going to turn that foot, bring it back. You want to bring your knee back. Don't just leave it out like this and drop it down. Kick, back. So there's your side kick. Alright, let's turn it sideways here. Kick that knee up this way. So see, I point my knee toward Paul here. I turn my foot, then I kick it into the direction I want it to go. There's your side kick. When you do it, try not to drop your hand. That's another common mistake that people make. You know what's funny about when you make a mistake? Everyone thinks, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep making this mistake? Wait, it's not just you. I was just having this discussion with my instructor, Mark Miller. And we said the same thing. People do the same mistakes. He's in Parma Heights, I'm in North Ridgeville. We're in two different cities. People are still making the same mistake. So you're sitting there at home trying to do this stuff, you're probably going to still make the same mistake as my students do, my instructor's students do. It happens. You get used to doing one kind of movement, and now we're going to change things up and say, hey, move this way. It's going to take time and practice. Alright, so we got the side kick from the front leg. Well, let's do it from the back leg. Pivot the hips like this, bringing the knee up like this. Now this, you can throw that front kick if you wanted to from the back leg. But from here, at this particular time, we're going to pivot the foot. Lift the heel up, turn, and deliver with the right foot this time. I know we showed it from the left foot. Now we're going to do it from the right foot. There's your side kick. It takes a little more time. I call this travel time though. It's the same kick as you did. So if I'm right foot this way, knee up, kick. Now the only difference is I have to take the time to travel from the back foot to back here. Now the difference is I didn't point my knee this way. I pointed my knee this way. So now I had to pivot. So now I am this way. Look. So there's your side kick from the back leg. Alright, we're going to move forward now. I'm not going to stay in one place real long. You want to have more time with it? Watch the video over and over and over and over and practice it. If you want to get good at this, it's going to take time. You're not going to get good at it the first try. Unless you're a complete natural, and I've never seen one of those. Alright, chop the palm up this time. So let's get into the horse stance again. We got the palm up like this. We're waving hello. We come in and chop on an angle. If you come this way, it's fine enough, but you lose power, and plus you feel it in your elbow and your shoulder more. Come on the angle, it's more natural. Good. And see, he's moving into something that we're going to go into next too. The way he's doing it is actually pulling us into the next technique. But let's get into a horse stance here. See, the horse, so I can chop the neck. I think of like chopping a tree. You don't take an axe and come straight across the tree. You put it on a downward angle and an upward angle. You make a wedge. Straight down. No, I'm not a lumberjack, but I do know the basics on chopping down a simple tree. You can't come straight across. It doesn't have as much power as chopping it down. And from here, if I chop across, it might hurt. If I chop down, I actually dig into him more. And it actually pushes his weight down more too. So it sinks it in there. Chop it down on that angle. I'm going to move on to the last thing here. Japanese sword. It's a self-defense technique. Someone's going to throw a punch at you. Right now I'm going to throw a left punch. Okay, so from here, he's standing here right now, I'm throwing the left punch. It could be a wider punch. If I come straight in, you might as well just block it with the inward block, just like you did with Chinese sword. Alright, so from here, he's going to move the right foot forward. As I'm throwing this here, he's going to jam it. Now he's going to chop down. Okay, throw that punch, please. See how he's coming straighter? I'm like, oh no, I cannot step into this. I would have to step on the outside or on the inside to get away from this. Try that again. Do it the same way you just did. See, I can get my hand started with the block as I move it in. Now from here, throw a wider punch. See, this one I can move in a little more. I block it with that extended outward block like we did earlier, and then chop down on the neck. So from here, extend it out, and then chop down. Alright, we're going to move forward after we start the block. So you're moving that out of the way, let's move in, turn that hand. See that hand turns? Open the hand, chop. Look at my hand here, the cover hand. We're not down here at the floor. We can stay in the mid-range like Paul had, or you can even have it up here. Open hand like this, or have it here. You want to have it close enough that you can do something. You don't want to have it down here. Alright, here we go again. Start the block, move as you turn that hand. See that works? Then chop. We can try the other side here too. Let's try this side. Step to the left. And then chop. That's it. Hand can be down here? No? Nah, I don't think so, right? Okay, come in here. Hands up. Boom. Cover hand. Kempo term. Get used to those terms. So, I don't think there's anything else, is there? Can you throw a punch at me? I just threw 2 chops now. What? Did I go outside the box? Remember what I said before? Tim Trammell said it. He said that there's a script that moves with adaptability. Why adapt it? I thought he was going to throw this punch possibly, but he didn't. He threw that punch. What do I do? It's not the scripted move. You adapt. Alright, I just want to thank you for watching this video here. And if you haven't signed up or joined yet to our humble little channel here, Showdown1197, subscribe now. Do so.
Thanks for watching.
It's a good thing?
It's a good thing.
We got a lot more videos. A lot more videos here. So, subscribe. Subscribe. Wait a minute. Subscribe.